Hey, it's BrickTsar. I'm going to bring you a BrickTsar answer thingy. That's where I answer your questions about Lego and maybe other stuff. But this channel is about Lego. And wanted to say to you, my subscriber, the viewer, I am still making Lego videos. I just had some other things that were pressing on my other channel, TrainTsar. I had this Percy video that was a must to do, so be sure to check out that channel if you like trains, and especially if you like Thomas and Friends. And that's what this other dude beside me, that's TrainTsar. He's holding a sonic screwdriver, by the way. But this is Percy in Duplo form. Back in my early days of YouTube on this channel, I often didn't know what I was doing. Wait a minute, nothing's changed. I still don't know what I'm doing, but anyway, one of my early Duplo reviews was Percy. I put his wheels on backwards. Somehow that one didn't end up in the BBI. Need to go back and do some of these. But anyway, so I've been focusing a lot on the train lately, and I still do about the same number of videos on TrainTsar Fun as I do on BrickTsar, but that just had one that took a lot of time. So be sure to check that out if you like trains and you want to see what else I've been doing. So the BrickTsar answer thingy is not even going to be about Percy, and it's not even going to be about trains. It's going to be about Lego minifigure heads. Our BrickTsar answer thingy question, or BAT, comes from Duck Polverosa, who asks, basically, why does the Lego minifigure head no longer have the hole in the stud, which was an air passageway for kids when they swallowed it? Why is that no longer there? Alright, our question is about the minifigure heads, and I did a video about the Lego minifigure head and how there are some subtleties and differences in those, even the shape of the head over the years, and that really only matters to hardcore people. Really the only thing that's important is the expression on the face when it comes down to it. But Lego has changed things over the years, and the first yellow minifigure heads, well actually the color doesn't matter, but the first minifigure heads we had were these in the original minifigs. Hey Kevin! That's not Kevin Sigfig, but you know the solid stud. And then they later had a recessed stud, which is actually like it's on my Sigfig's head, with air hole. And we understand that that is done as a safety precaution in case a little child was to swallow that head thinking that that head was a piece of candy. Ooh, it's candy. I'm going to eat that. Of course, kids put everything in their mouth. And they said, well, if they swallow it, it has a hole in its head so that air can pass through and the kid would not choke. But they don't put a hole in a 2x2 brick, and it's bigger. So they don't put a hole in the minifigure torso, the minifigure torso, and it's bigger. So I think over the years, maybe they just decided not to do that anymore, because it's really the minifigure head. I think a kid could get this down without choking. I don't know. Of course, I've also heard that kids choke on something as simple as a grape. So that's why it's good to cut up your grapes when you're feeding your young children. They're like pre-toddler. So I'm getting off track here. But so the Lego doesn't do it anymore. So Mrs. BrickTsar there doesn't have the hole that BrickTsar has in his head. And I don't think the safety concern is warranted, which is why they do it. Now, I'm just guessing. Now, if you know the answer to that question, you, the viewer, why Lego doesn't do it anymore, feel free to comment. But honestly, I think it's just logical that it's not really necessary. I don't know if they've done surveys. I'm sure that if one child had been injured from swallowing a minifigure head that did not have a air hole in it, that they would still be doing it. So I'm just thinking maybe it's just the diameter of the head. It doesn't really apply. But I don't know. I'm just, I think it's a good question, and I think it's one that Lego takes seriously. They're not going to put a product out there that harms children, or if they're going to be having these small parts, there's a warning label. I know I've gotten several things and they got the big warning label. They even used to put stickers on the boxes of the smaller sets. Hey, this is a small set, but it's not for kids. No, they didn't say that, but they said, small parts, pieces may cause choking, things like that. So Lego is a very safety conscious company, and I'm sure that it is not posing a safety threat for children today, but please use common sense. These minifigures, they're not for kids like 2 years old, although you probably have pretty intelligent 2-year-olds. I mean, I know my son was playing with them and he wasn't putting them in his mouth, but you'd be surprised at some of the things that kids put in their mouth when they're crawling around on the floor and they can't talk. They'll put anything, because that's what they explore with. It's like, I can look at it, I can listen to it, I can touch it, but if I taste it, I'm really going to know what it is. So that's what I think. I think that kids are going to put stuff in their mouth, but I think it's best not to let the kids even play with these when they're like 2 and under, probably even 3 and under. But I don't know, it's a good question, and I thought I'd answer it and show you these heads. But I'll put a link to that video where that question was asked, and I don't even know if I said the name, but I put it up. There should have been a picture of the question and the person that asked it, that Polveroso or something. I'm not good with names, so you'll see the link, the picture. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. We are going to be doing some more Lego reviews. This green thing that we're sitting on here, this is actually our table, but it's full of Percy stuff right now. Oh look, a giant head is on the table. So I do have a table. Like I said, it's got Percy stuff. That is Lego over there. There's a dinosaur. And this table here is 8 feet wide by 15. So it's really, it may look bigger in a picture, but it's really not all that big. So we're going to be beginning to do things with this, and we're going to expand through the rest of the basement as we have the time. But as you can see, there's a big mess on the table with all this Percy stuff. This is from my Leo Kim video haul. Be sure to check out Trains Are Fun to see that. And if you haven't, check out Leo Kim. He's just Leo Kim video. It's a super cool channel, and there's a lot of good information. I love his style of doing things. He kind of stays away from the Lego items now. Just had some issues with that, with copyright, for no good reason. And so, that's, you see things that happen like what happened to Just Too Good, and there's certain things we know we shouldn't do, and Leo Kim didn't do anything wrong from what I could see, but there's, when we're doing videos, we got to make sure we follow YouTube's rules. There's been a lot of crackdown on certain styles of videos. Even big companies have had their videos taken down because they were doing things that were not appropriate. I even had a video taken down. Didn't get a strike or anything like that. It's kind of shocking, the reason, and I'm like, the video did not have enough views to warrant me even fighting it. I just said, who cares? So I said, I'll just go through, and whatever it was they said what I was doing wrong, I went through and audited some of my other videos and make sure those were complying. But it really wasn't that big a deal. But you got to use some common sense, and I think a lot of us come into YouTube and we don't really read the fine print, and that's why a lot of the early videos of YouTube are kind of gone now, because people are using music they shouldn't and things like that. But anyway, boy, I get off topic real easy. That's what I do. So anyway, there will be more videos coming here on BrickTsar. We will be doing more Lego reviews. We will be doing a Lego City, which is technically going to be Lego Train. Right now we got these other trains. I love trains. Did I tell you that? I love trains. I love Mrs. BrickTsar. Let's focus. Mrs. BrickTsar. Kevin F's pretty cool, but he lives in Norway. That's TrainTsar. Thanks for watching. See you later.